going on, guys? This is the 1 year review of the Scion FRS, and I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons to this car. It's a lot of cons, but there's some pros to make it up to. It's not a full 1 year yet. It's like 8 months or 9 months, but it's close enough, so I'm gonna just say a year. For the first con, this is not geared specifically to all FRSs. This is just to mine, by the way. But first con, I bought this car at like 67,000 miles or something like that, and the engine blew on it, so it had got rod knock. And it just wasn't a good time. Spent a lot of money on it, so I had to replace the engine. I was finna engine swap it, but my dad was like, I don't think you should do that. You want the car to stay reliable since it's your first car. So I'm like, all right. So we just put back the original engine, well, new engine of course, and kept it rolling. And then after that, now our engine harness has a short in it, if you can see right here, and it goes all the way through the wires and all the way into the back, so it'll pop a fuse if we put a fuse in there. So right now we're replacing that, and the engine harness is in the shop right now, but we're just taking this one out right quick. That was just the major money cons for this car. This is not for all FRSs and BRZs and GT86s, but this is what happened to my car. But this can happen to any car. So, but for another con, if you get one of these cars, you might want to change the tires depending on what you want to do. If you want to go for more performance and grip, then get a wider wheel and then get a fatter tire. I am on 18x8s. I want 18x9s, but they wasn't in stock when I was looking for some good wheels. So that's another con that is easily fixed. And then there is a torque dip in this car. Back to the engine again. It doesn't make a lot of power, and there is a torque dip, but if you get a headers in tune, it will bump up your power by like 20 horsepower, and it will also remove that torque dip, so your car would be more faster. Last con about this car is there is not a lot of space in the back. There is a mess in the back right now since I put my parts in here, but there is not a lot of space in the back. But it is a sports car, so that's not something that you should be looking for. A lot of people complain about that, but it is a sports car, not to forget. Sadly guys, my car is automatic, but it is my first car, so I didn't want to get a manual yet, and I never was taught how to drive a manual, but I know how to drive it now. So I don't know what my next car gonna be, but I do love the feeling of this car. You really stay connected to the road, and also you are, you know, just so low and you feel just a part of the car. It is a driver's car, of course. And that moves on to my next pro of the car. So when you're driving this car, not a lot of people know what it is, and a lot of people think that this car is super fast, especially if you modify it. So we have blue tips on it, but it's like, it's not really fast. At least yet it's not. But yeah, it is a nice car, and people will think it's like a supercar or something. You'll be surprised about what the comments I get on this car when I'm driving it around. But I did remove my emblem, so they do not know what type of car it is as well. So that's added to the fact, but I am going to replace it with a custom emblem that I made. I do want to recommend this car for people that's trying to get into cars or have a first car, because these cars are fairly reliable. It's just mine that turned out this way. This is not with every FRS, but if you're worrying about my headlights too, I just took it out for the wire harness. But you will see these cars a lot at car meets because they're fun. One, they're not fast, but you can make them fast, and they're just cool. But they're easily to modify, and they have a lot of aftermarket designs and things like that, so you can really make it your own. But on the road, you will not see these cars a lot compared to your average car like a Charger or a Camry or a Honda or a Challenger. things like that. A Mustang, you won't see them as much of those, and that's what I like about this car a lot, because you're kind of different from other people, and you can easily make them even more different compared to the other FRSs that's on the street now. So, but if you like this video, stay tuned for the next one, and I'll be talking about how much I actually spent on this car so far. And like, comment, subscribe. See you guys in the next video.
Like, no, tell me where you think you going. All this size looking fly like it's a Boeing. Keep it to the side, total up like people told me. Think I got a cold cause of all this ice blowing. Like, oh, diamonds on my neck so cold. Pull up on your mama like,